So on this episode, I'm going to be breaking down a new product and talking about analytically if you are interested in this product, should you buy it, is it worth it? So we're going to go through what the numbers say about the brand new Fortnite Secret Lair. Now, a disclaimer on this one especially. I personally am not a big fan of Fortnite, and I am not really a big fan of this collaboration either, but I do realize that other people out there are. So I'm going to be taking my personal feelings about the Secret Lair out of the equation and just looking at the numbers and saying how much value is in this Secret Lair compared to the hypothetical price. And to find out why I say hypothetical, well, let's jump into it. So yesterday, an article on IGN revealed the Fortnite Secret Lair. And with this Secret Lair, there are going to be two drops titled Secret Lair X Fortnite and Secret Lair X Fortnite Landmarks and Locations. Unlike some previous crossover Secret Lairs, these will not have new cards in them. They will just be reprints of existing cards with new art from Fortnite. And although these were revealed yesterday by IGN, they are not going on sale until July 21st at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So again, when I mentioned that there is a hypothetical price, well, that is just an estimate from yours truly because the actual price has not been revealed yet and probably won't be revealed until, July 21st when it actually is put up on the Secret Lair website. On top of that, apparently there is a secret card in each of these Secret Lair drops that Wizards has not revealed yet, so obviously that will not be taken into the calculations that I am doing today. Now, when it comes to a hypothetical price for this Secret Lair, recent Secret Lairs have gone for $29.99 for the non-foil version and $39.99 for the foil version. That being said, previous crossover Secret Lairs in the past have had a higher price tag, around $40 or $50. So with that said, we'll have to wait to see how expensive this one is going to be. Regardless, what I can tell you about this Secret Lair is the current estimated value of the reprinted cards that are in it. Now, I've mentioned this on a previous Should You Buy It episode, but the actual price of the Secret Lair cards ends up being pretty variable depending on the actual card itself. In comparison to the regular printing of the Ur-Dragon, for example, the regular printing is $57.72, whereas the Secret Lair drop version of it is $75.22. So obviously that is quite the increase in price, being about $20 more than the regular version, but obviously the Ur-Dragon is an expensive card itself. On the other hand, a card like Questing Felgriff, which is a very cheap card at around 46 cents on its own, also has a very cheap Secret Lair version at just 88 cents. So even though it's twice as valuable as the regular version, it's still not providing all that much value in a Secret Lair drop. So again, with these estimations, obviously I can't estimate exactly how, expensive these Secret Lair drop versions are going to be, but just keep in mind that it does vary depending on the actual card. So these calculations are going to be done utilizing the actual price of the card currently. But now let's get to the cards themselves. So the first card I'm going to be talking about in the Secret Lair X Fortnite drop is going to be Shrinking Storm, better known as Wrath of God. Again, these are just new art versions, so as you'll see on the actual card on the left, you see the name Shrinking Storm, but underneath that you see the actual name of the real magic card, Wrath of God. And of course, Wrath of God is a very simple spell, destroy all creatures, they can't be regenerated. The current value of Wrath of God is $4.66, and yeah, this card sees play in a good amount of formats, especially in Commander. In fact, in Commander, it sees play in a whopping 10% of eligible decks out there, which is a ton. It essentially defined the 4-mana Wrath, and yeah, there's a reason that Wraths are named after Wrath of God. Regardless, this card has been reprinted a ton and actually has a decent amount of other arts out there, so yeah, I mean, this Fortnite Secret Lair version is just another one to add to the list. And actually, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but when breaking down the individual value that a card might be bringing to this Secret Lair, there are 7 cards in this Secret Lair in my estimated price for the Secret Lair, and please, 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 take that with a grain of salt because I am not positive what that final cost is going to be $40. That is my estimate. So essentially, on average, every single card should be bringing about $5.70 worth of value to get you to that amount. Now, obviously, that amount might be different depending on what the actual price is, but that's what I'm going with for now. So again, with that 570 mark, Wrath of God comes in underneath that, again at $4.66, so just short. Moving on, next up though, we've got Crack the Vault, which is actually Grim Tutor. Grim Tutor is a card that used to be incredibly expensive because it had not seen a reprint in a long time, but finally saw a reprint in the core set of 2021. And ironically, like Wrath of God, it actually has seen another Secret Lair printing. Regardless, like its name states, it obviously is a tutor. Search your library for a card and put that card in your hand, then shuffle your library, you lose 3 life. And though previously with its absurdly high price tag, it hadn't been seeing that much play in Commander because again, the price was ridiculous, now it is starting to see more and more play with 8% of eligible decks using it. And though the current price is outside of my budget restrictions, obviously, $15.22 is quite a bit less than what it used to be. That being said, of course, this is adding a good amount of value to this Secret Lair. Again, $15.22 is quite a bit more than our estimated average of $5.70. So with Wrath of God being slightly underneath and this one being quite a bit over, we're around $20 worth of value after 2 cards. Which is going to take quite the hit with our next one with the Cube, which is actually Planar Bridge, which currently comes in at $2 for the regular version of this card. Yeah, this card literally just got a reprint in Double Masters 2022, so yeah, I mean, that set I think comes out even tomorrow, so the actual price of this card might be even lower. That being said, I'm taking the current price, and again, that is $2. Also, unlike Wrath of God and Grim Tutor, which, are a Wrath and a Tutor, which, just see a good amount of play in Commander, Planar Bridge is a lot more specific. Currently, this sees play in just 1% of eligible decks, and for a good reason. It is a 6-mana artifact with an 8-mana activation. Now, that's a very powerful ability. Tap, search library for a permanent card, put on the battlefield, then shuffle. Very, very powerful, but again, specific decks are going to want this, and it's not a broad appeal kind of card. Now, this card used to command a higher price tag than $2, obviously, but with its most recent reprinting being its first one, yeah, that price dropped quite a bit, and obviously the Secret Lair being an immediate extra reprint, if we can call it that, it's just interesting to see that this lines up really close to Double Masters, and yeah, $2 is not bringing a lot of value to the table, especially when the estimated average of a card is going to be $5.70. But one that really misses that average mark is Supply Llama, which is actually Ethereum Sculptor, which just comes in at 24 cents for the regular version. Now, Ethereum Sculptor sees a lot more play than Planar Bridge, but not quite as much as the other two at 5% of eligible decks. It says artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, so yeah, this is a fantastic card for essentially any artifact-heavy deck out there that has access to blue. That being said, if you're not running an artifact deck, yeah, you're not considering this card. Now, this card has seen a couple of reprints, I believe 6 printings overall, and yeah, the most recent one was in Neon Dynasty Commander, so the actual price, really has been quite steady for quite some time and really hasn't ever been all that expensive. And at 24 cents, yeah, this is basically adding no value to the Secret Lair. Or at least, again, I should say, the original printing estimate cost. Next up, another low value card in this Secret Lair is Dance Battle, which is actually Dance of Many. Now, Dance of Many is a very, very old card, but it only comes in at 73 cents. Or at least I should say the Chronicles version of this card comes in at 73 cents. The Dark version is actually decently expensive at $15, but again, this one's been reprinted twice quite a long time ago, and really doesn't see all that much play in Commander. And by not much, I mean 0% of eligible decks, around 1,800 decks or so actually play this card. It's kind of got a really weird effect. Let me read its local text really quick. When it enters the battlefield, create a token that's a copy of target non-token creature. When Dance of Many leaves the battlefield, exile the token. When the token leaves the battlefield, sacrifice Dance of Many. Beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Dance of Many unless you pay blue. So a very strange specific card that can create a token of a creature, but that token goes away if this goes away, or if this goes away, the token goes away, and you've got to pay to keep this around. Regardless, again, with that estimated average per card being at $5.70, this one is about $5 short of that average. So yeah, not bringing a whole lot of value. Next up, though, one that is bringing a good amount of value is Battle Royale, which is actually Triumph of the Hordes, which comes in at $12.23. And yeah, this uncommon needs an actual reprinting at some point outside of just a mystery booster. It is a fantastic finisher in green decks and sees play in 6% of eligible decks out there. It's a great finisher because it says, until end of turn, creatures you control get ++1 and gain trample and infect. And of course, since it just takes 10 poison counters to take a player out, this can be a great way to take out players kind of out of nowhere and very quickly. But yeah, when it comes to the actual value of this card being $12.23, it's providing a good amount of value again, essentially over double the amount of value that you would expect out of a singular card from a Secret Lair priced at $40 with 7 cards in it. That being said, we still have one more card to go over. And that would be Battle Bus, which is actually Smuggler's Copter, which comes in at a whopping 74 cents. So basically the exact same price as Dance of Many. Okay, technically 1 cent more, but yeah, basically. Regardless, again, not quite anywhere near what the estimated value of a card from this Secret Lair might be. So like many of the other cards from this Secret Lair, it is quite a bit under that average estimated value. And Smuggler's Copter is a pretty specific card. It sees play in 1% of eligible decks in Commander, and it's mainly in vehicle decks. It's a 3/3 flyer with crew 1. When it attacks or blocks, you can draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So again, a pretty niche card for the most part. I mean, it does see play in some other decks, like, some artifact decks, or even a Galta Dinos and Cars deck, but still. Overall, again, with the regular version of the card being just 74 cents, it's not really bringing all that much value to this Secret Lair. So in total, the overall estimated value for this Secret Lair, just again with the regular versions of the cards, is coming in at $35.82. Now, like I mentioned earlier, my estimate of the cost of this Secret Lair being $40 is again just an estimate. Now that is based off of previous Secret Lair crossovers, but still, that might be $50, it might be $30, who knows? What I can tell you, though, is that if you were to buy each of these cards individually, you would be paying $35.82. So depending on the actual price of these Secret Lair and how much these are worth to you, you can determine yourself if they are worth it. But now let's talk about the other Secret Lair drop, which is landmarks and locations. And surprise, surprise, landmarks and locations are going to be a set of basic lands like they have been doing lately on some Secret Lairs. And like I've said before, these can really vary on the actual price of the Secret Lair and how much value we're getting out of it. For example, the brutal basic lands are around $57 in total in value, but again, with the regular versions of the cards just being, normal basic lands themselves, I mean, the estimated cost for that would be like, what, a couple, like 25 cents or something? Because, yeah, basic lands are very cheap. So obviously these basic land Secret Lairs are quite a bit more valuable than the actual lands themselves, but again, it's really hard to estimate how much they are going to cost at the end of the day. I mean, just as another example, the Dracula lands are around $45.43, so a little bit less than the previous one, so you really don't know exactly how much value we're getting out of them. And it's kind of more so a, hey, do you actually enjoy these lands and would you like them, versus more of a value proposition in most circumstances. So with all that said, let's just go into the art. Now again, personally, I do not play Fortnite, so I do not know anything about these locations, but yeah, here's a plains, which looks like a farm of some sort, an island, which looks like some kind of a shark island thingy, and a swamp, which looks like a kind of swampy river area. And please make fun of me in the comments below for not knowing anything about these. And of course, to round things out, we've got a mountain and a forest, with the mountain being some kind of an icy location castle thingy, and a forest which says weeping something, I think? I don't know. It's a woods. I don't know. Regardless, unlike the previous analysis for the other Secret Lair cards, again, the value on these kinds of lands can be highly variable. So just keep that in mind. And again, at the end of the day, it's entirely up to you on what products you want to buy. I'm just trying to help you make an informed decision if you are looking to see how much value you're actually getting out of it. And with that, the show has come to a close, so it's my turn to hear from you. So in the comments below, let me know what your thoughts on this episode are, and as always, thank you again, and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. We also have a ton of brand new t-shirt designs in stock, so make sure you check out those as well. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.